Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Chema Stitches. My name is Chema. Today on our sewing tutorial, we're going to be making this gown you see up there. It's going to come in two different sets. First, we're going to be making the top layer with this tool here, that's this net, and then we're going to be making the inner one with the Ankara piece. So the part one is going to be the making of the top layer, while the part two is going to be the sewing of the Ankara part. So let's get straight into the part one, the sewing of the top layer. I had to put a white cloth on the table so that we're able to see what's on top of it, because this can easily blend with the natural color of the table. So I want us to be able to see what we're doing. I folded my fabric, the tool, I folded it into four. I'm going to be able to draft both the front and the back piece in one go. I'm going to be using a length 46 inches. So this is going to be a free gown. We're going to be making the tool like a free gown, and we're going to be adding Ankara at the end of the tool, and also adding Ankara at the end of the sleeve. I will not use my normal shoulder measurement. I'm using the shoulder measurement of 8 inches instead of 7.5 inches. And for the neckline, I'm going to be working with a neckline of 3.5 inches. For the back, I'm going to be using half of an inch for the neckline. So I'm marking out half of an inch. For the front, I'm going to be marking out 4 inches. So I'm just going to curve in. I'm using my free hand to mark this out. Okay. For the neckline, for the shoulder slanting, I'm marking out 1 inch. And now I'm going to mark out from here. I hope you can see these markings. And then from here, I'm going to mark down another 8 inches because I want it to be free. So I'm not using my exact armhole measurement, okay? Because I want it to be free. And I'm going to mark a straight line. So transfer the 8 inches here. Mark it out. And then I'm going to come up by half of the 8 inches, that is 4. And I'm just going to go in by 0.25. I'll connect it to the shoulder slanting. And then I'm going to use the curved ruler to curve it to this marking. Now, because I want this top area to be very free, like I said, it's going to be very free. So my bust is 35 inches. Divided by 4 is going to be 8.75 inches. So instead of marking this 8.75 and adding a little bit of allowance to make it maybe 10 inches, I'm going to be coming here and I'll mark at least 11.5 inches. You can even use 12 inches, okay? And then I'm going to just connect this, and then from the waist towards the down part of the dress, I'm going to extend it. I want it to be freer. So I'm going to be using up to say 19 inches. Remember, this is folded in half. So I have 19 inches here, which means only the front part is going to be 38 inches. The back is going to be 38 inches. If you don't want yours to be that free, you can go ahead and reduce it. So from here, I'm just going to go ahead and work my way all the way to the end of the dress. Now I can cut this out. And then I'm going to take out the back neckline first, the half of an inch. For the front neckline, I am going to be removing the back neckline first, and then I'm going to cut out the front neckline, the 4 inches. So you don't cut the two of them together. Next, I am going to be opening up the back neckline. Now for the back neckline, you can choose how deep you want it to be. You can just come down to up to say 4 inches or 5 inches. I'm going to be putting a rope at the back to tie it. Okay, so I'm going to come down to say 5 inches. And I'm just going to cut in with 0.25, and I'm just going to extend it. Okay, I'm just extending it to the neckline. See what I've done? So it's just a little opening. Okay. So this is the front and this is the back. This is the back. Look at how open the back here is. That's how I want it to be. And of course, look at how full it is towards the end. Here we have the leftover fabric. I'm going to use it to cut out the sleeve. I've folded the leftover fabric into 4, so I can cut out both sleeves at the same time as well. So from here, I'm just going to come down by say 3 inches. I'm going to measure like 12 inches here because it's going to be free. And then I'm going to connect this place. I'm trying to draft a basic sleeve. So from here, I'm going to find the middle point from this place, which is 6 here, and I'm going to just curve it up to the top part with 1/2 inch, and I'm going to connect it to this line here. So you're just going to measure the armhole of the dress you have made. Use the same armhole to measure the armhole of the sleeve so that it will correspond when you are joining the two of them together. And then for here, for the main body, I can make it as free as, say, 24 inches, okay, or more than that, okay. So I'm just going to use like 13.5 inches. So I'm going to connect this from here to meet this 13.5 inches. The full length of my sleeve is going to be 24 inches, and I want to have at least 5 inches of 6 inches for the Ankara, okay. So I'm going to be coming down to here 18.5 inches, and I'm going to mark it. So I'm going to cut this out now. Now this is the sleeve. Now what I'm going to do is, since I have 13.5 inches here, okay, this is like 14 inches. I'm going to cut out a straight Ankara piece that is going to be 14 inches from fold, and then it will be as long as 7 inches. This is what we're going to be attaching to the main sleeve, okay. The 7 inches, I'm going to make it like 14 inches so that I can fold it and give a neat finishing at the end. Okay guys, so I've cut out the fabric I'm going to be using to extend the length of our gown. Okay, so here, this is it. I am going to show you how we are going to extend this. So I've cut out this straight fabric that is the same length as the hem. I am going to join this with a running stitch. I'll bring it back and show us how we are going to conceal the rough edges of the running stitch. Okay, I'm going to do this for both the front piece and the back piece as well. I'm going to be using a different method to join the sleeve, because for the sleeve, we want the sleeve edge to be doubled. This is how the sleeve edge is going to be. This is for the sleeve, okay. In the case of the sleeve, I am going to be putting the sleeve in between, like so, just at the edge, like this. I'm going to fold in here the first base, fold in here, place the sleeve on it, fold the other end, like so, like this, and I'm going to top stitch it, okay. This is the method I'm going to be using for the sleeve. After joining the Ankara to the net, like so, that's for the main bodies. This is what you have. So I have gone to iron it down, iron the seam to the direction of the Ankara, and now I am top stitching it like this. Look at this seam, so that you have this line like so at the back. But this is basically to give it a neat finishing on the inside like this. So this is what I do. Now that I've ironed it to this direction, I just fold it in by 0.25 inch because the sewing allowance is 1/2 inch. So you just fold it in and sew. Neatly sewn, and this is the right side. Look at how clean that looks. Okay, and so I'm going to complete this on the other side as well. So guys, I have completed it. As you can see, I've joined and folded it in neatly. This is the back piece with the back opening. I'm going to be joining the shoulder. And so I'm going to go ahead and join the shoulders so I can attach the sleeve. And this is the sleeve. I have also attached the Ankara to the sleeve to extend the length, just like I showed us. Folded it in and top stitch on it. So I'm going to go ahead and join the shoulder so we can join the sleeve. Now that we've joined the shoulders, I'm going to go ahead and attach the sleeve, and then we'll join the sides, and this is going to be ready. So I've joined the shoulders and I've joined the sleeves. Next, we're going to go ahead and sew the sides, after which I am going to cut out pieces of this net fabric and use it to pipe the neck. I'm going to show us how I'm going to pipe the neck, and this part will be ready, and then we will move over to part 2 of this dress, which will be the drafting. I've sewn the sides for this our tulle dress. So next I'm going to be piping the neckline, and I've cut out these pieces. This one is for the curved part at the back, and this is for the round neckline. So I measured the neckline and I got 22 inches, and I added a little bit extra for tying it. Okay, we're going to use it to fasten it as tying it at the back. Okay, I'm going to be starting with the opening at the back. So this is about almost 2 inches, so you can make it 2 inches or 1.5 inches. So I'm going to fold it like so, fold it in like a bias around this opening like this. This is just so we don't leave the opening bare like that for it to continue tearing from there, so you have to conceal it. Look at what I've done. So now I'm going to go ahead and sew. You can pin this down and keep it, folding it in like that, like a bias. So you are creating a bias with this and placing the bodies inside, and you encase it like this, like a bias. And then I'm going to go ahead and sew it. So this is what we have, and so this is what we have. The back is now neatly concealed, and for this bulge at the back, what I do is you fold it in like inwards like this, and just take out a little bit from here, like a dart kind of, just mark it out a little bit like this to eliminate that part and keep it inside. And so this is it. This is how it looks finished at the back, and this is it for the back piece. Okay, next we're going to be doing the same thing on the neckline. Now for the neckline, because there's excess rope on it that we're going to be tying it, I'm going to first find the middle point of this neckline, and then you find the middle point of the rope you want to use to do your bias on the neckline, and you're going to start joining the rope from the middle point so that we can have the same equal excess at the end for tying. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and fold this in the same way we've done it on the back piece, and just create another bias around the neckline like this, and pin it down, and then sew. So when you get to the end here, you're just going to go ahead and you're going to create a bias with the leftover fabric. This is to make the fabric give it firmness, so that when we tie it, it will have some steadiness. And so this is it. So this is what I have from this center. We've completed, finish off this side. I'm going to do the same thing on this other side as well. Now this is it, neatly finished. When you wear it, you just go ahead and make a knot at the back like so. And this is it. Look at that. Look at that, people. So let's get straight into the part 2. Also, don't forget to hem. I'm going to go ahead and hem this place as well. Then we'll go over to the part 2 of this dress. Don't forget to come back for the part 2 of this dress for the main bustier gown. Don't forget to subscribe and also like this video. You can also share this video to help this community grow. See you in my next tutorial, guys. Bye bye.